Okay, so this is gonna be kind of trial and error. I hope that I can explain this enough that you guys are able to work through it. Last week we were doing payroll, how to calculate people's wages, overtime rate, and then how to figure out federal tax, which all the taxes get taken out of their checks, right? And the federal, we had to go to the charts and find their number of withholdings and married or single, and then it gave us the Social Security rate, 6.2, the Medicare rate, 1.45. So this week, we're just kind of adding on to that, but now we are recording a payroll. So I would go ahead and read different forms of payroll information. This information, we learned how to calculate payroll last week. So now we are going to learn how to record it. If I was the employer, how I would record payroll. Oh, go grab her. And then where we put it in the proper journals. So it's going to give us a payroll. Remember last week we had to make our own payroll for the employees. We had our total earnings, and then we figured out our federal income tax, Social Security, Medicare, and so forth for each person. And then our net pay is what we made after all of our earnings, correct? So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to we're just gonna put each tax into its own T-chart and then journalize it. So it should be pretty simple. So we know if you look on page 379 in your textbook, you will see the example which will lead you through it, which I will go over, and then I will do work together for you guys. So our salary expense for, I didn't see what it said, for this payroll period, usually, December 15th. So this company was December 1 through December 15th, and we dated this, hey, grab her. We dated December 15th because that's when they must get paid bi-weekly, so they get paid every 2 weeks. The total earnings was $8,076.75. So that's our debit, right? That's going to go on our debit side, December 15th, under our salary expense T-chart. And then all of our credit accounts are going to be what we paid for our deductions. So the employee income tax payable, that's our federal income tax. If you look, $494. Our Social Security, $577. And they just got that from the total column, $577. Same with Medicare. It is $117.11. They took the total of Medicare, and they put it in the T-chart, right? And all of these are going to be on our credit side because our debit was our salary expense. And then they all need to add up to our total salary expense, right? So, and then we have our net pay, which is our cash. So all of these, 626,986, 465, 230, 117.11, 577, and 494 all equal $8,076.75, correct? And then we just go journalize it, which we are really good at, right? Because we've been doing it all year. So our salary expense was our $8,765. It's a debit on our general side. And then we go through and we put each one from our T-chart into the credit side. And then over here, the only one that we're going to journalize under our cash is what our net pay was from right here, right? This is our net pay. So you guys can go ahead and read through this, walk yourself through the example. Hopefully I explained it pretty good. And then let me go ahead and I will walk you through on 381, the work together. So it says our company, Lakeland Company Payroll Registered, had the following totals for their semi-monthly. So that means May 1st through May 15th. So we're gonna date it May 15th because it's for those 2 weeks of work of the current account or year. Use T counts and get a cash payments journal page are provided in the working papers. Okay, so our total earnings were 13,800. So, and this is on page 351 in your workbook. So our salary expense was 13,800, correct? And that's on our debit side. It tells us total earnings 13,800, salary expense 13,800. Okay, and now we just go through and we do our federal income 925. So our income tax payable 925. Our Social Security 855.60. Grab her sit, Kate. 855.60. Okay, sorry about Kesa. And our Medicare was 210. So our Medicare was 210. Okay, so our cash was 11,819.30, and so that goes under our cash and our cash, and then these should all balance out in our account. And they got that 11,819.30 because that's 925, 855, and 60, 210. It's our deductions minus our total earnings. So our net pay would be 11,819.30, right? So that's our cash that's paid, because 925, 855, 60, 210 plus 11,819.30 equals the total salary expense. So that's where that's where you get that, because that's your net pay. It's all of your deductions minus this equals your cash. So go ahead and you can work through 13.1. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me. And then we will move on and do 13.2 on Thursday. Okay, guys, I hope this works out, and let me know if I can help you in any way.